Dr. Branyon with New Hope Unlimited. I just wanted to remind you of who you really are. You are such a magnificent human being. You are much greater than you think you are. One of the problems that I think of, we are not taught about the true science of who we are. Our everything in our mind, our body, the wonderful immune system, we're not taught enough about it, which I think if we were, maybe we would have a little more confidence in us, our science, our own bodies, our doctors, because then we would know that there's some comfort to what the doctor says, but sometimes you have to read between those lines. Things are not always as they seem. A lot of times I find that cancer patients, when they get that diagnosis, it is like, boom, all of a sudden they don't even hear the rest of what you're trying to say. All they hear is what the internet might say or what they've heard in the past, cancer. I want to tell you, one of the biggest lies, or what I'm going to say my opinion is that cancer means death. I don't want you to think that way. No matter what treatment you're doing, please don't go to that negative side. All the time, people will get a diagnosis, and what do? Because we're human, and we've not got enough confidence in ourselves, in our doctors, in the science. So that's why I say more education will give you that confidence to not quite go way over the deep end to the dark side. If you can even just stay in the middle of things, or better yet, think about how marvelous, what a magnificent person you are, and go over to the white, lighter side of things. Now by that I mean hope. I do believe hope is the best medicine. Not false hope, but when you've got a little bit of hope in something, that opens the doors for great things to happen. Why? Because it's possibilities, and your brain all of a sudden says, well, it's a possibility. Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, hey, if there's possibilities for anybody, then it's your birthright to pull in those possibilities yourself too. You are what you think you are. And life is not always what it seems. Sometimes we'll see something or hear something and don't even hear or see it. We see things every day. Play the game as to what you see every day that you don't even see. For instance, there's this little thing with FedEx. FedEx, you see those trucks going down the road all the time. You get that mail, you get that envelope, you see it. But do you really see? A lot of times in a lecture, I'll ask the patients, what is it when you see this? And of course, they'll say things like, oh, I see the truck coming to my house. Oh, I see a letter. I one time had a man, to say, I am always wondering what the attorney's sending me now. Oh, I don't want you to think that way, but I want you to think beyond. Think beyond what you're seeing. Some of you may have already known this, and so I'm going to refresh your memory. And for those who don't, I want you to look at this. You see the FedEx? Look beyond. What do you see? You see an envelope, you see the colors, but do you see the arrow? Very important. That arrow is there. See it? And there's another thing that you can see. There is a teaspoon right there. There's a cooking teaspoon. One teaspoon or a tablespoon will do you. These are just a small example of things that we see every day that we don't even see. It's important though, because life is abundant. Life is so abundant, and the abundant life is ours. When we choose to think on the good things, and when we bring out the little girls and the little boys in us, even though we're adults, it's amazing what possibilities can come out. It's amazing that just knowing things are there when we don't recognize it. It's important. We need to get our minds out of, oh, cancer, oh, woe is me. I understand how this is sounding, but I want you to get well. And no treatment in the world is going to work if you don't get the mind started first. The mind is powerful. The mind is the greatest asset you've got. Or one man called it a machine, whatever you want to call it. It is so important that you learn to use it and not lose your life because you were thinking on the too negative and darkness side. Open yourself up to great possibilities. Look beyond what you're seeing and beyond what you're hearing. Grab hold of those miracles that aren't really even miracles. We just put limits on things to when we want to call them miracles. Remember, you are today what you were thinking you were yesterday. Woe is me. But you are tomorrow what you're thinking you are today. So today's a good time to start saying, my immune system's working better and better every day. I am becoming happier every day. Bless you. See you on the next go round.